So hey everybody, welcome back to Book Babble. I'm your host John Hartness, and with me as always is Melissa McArthur, Associate Publisher of Falstaff Books, and joining us tonight for a late night recording session is Jason Gilbert, purveyor of fine alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
Yes.
Melissa's happy she's got her pib.
Yeah. So what's up, buddy?
It's another beautiful day here at Atomicon. It's been a good con.
Yeah, it has.
It has been.
Atomicon 2019 has been great. I think
Yes.
we've got, 8 of these book babbles in the can now, so...
I don't know, it's more than one hand, so I lost count.
Yeah.
I just finished a 2-hour session of William Shakespeare's Star Wars Verily a New Hope. And I thought it was supposed to be an hour. So I planned out what scenes we'd read, kept to the iconic ones from the movie A New Hope. And then someone goes, well, this also says at 10 o'clock. And I said, what?
We can hear him laughing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a hit. So we ended up finishing out the play, blew up the Death Star. It was a good time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
what you been working on, pal?
Might
be something sitting right here in
yeah,
the center of the shop.
It might be. It's about cats. No. This is book 1 of the Coldstone files. It is the life and times of the son of the Wolfman. And in the first season, Wolfbane is what kicks it off. It's about James Coldstone. He can shift into a werewolf whenever he wants. And he gets caught up investigating a human trafficking ring, along with his best friend, who's also a cop, Sergeant Detective Philip Brown.
Okay.
And it takes place in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Which is now completely out of the realm of possibility because you have people, literate people in Rock Hill.
Yeah, right.
You know what I just realized? It's a trafficking ring.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs like to chase cars.
This is what happens when we record this shit late at night, folks.
Yeah.
It is way past my bedtime.
God forbid we start talking about shingles next.
Oh, fuck.
So it's urban fantasy mystery.
It is. It is a layer of horror comedy, especially with the content, with the subject of human trafficking. I definitely wanted to make sure that there were some lighter moments. I don't want the reader to pick the book up and start going down this path that a subject like that can really take you down. So it does have that vibe that the television show Psych had, where they are investigating some serious stuff, but it's still that buddy cop back and forth. Book 1, like I said earlier, starts in Rock Hill. Then book 2 takes place here in Charleston, present-day Charleston. And book 3, I'm actually wrapping up. I'm on the last chapter now, and that is in Jacksonville, Florida. And we are kicking off book 4 in Miami. And that's where it's going to end. And then I'm already plotting out in my mind season 2. And I've got a lot of demand from fans. They want to see it go to Savannah, Georgia, Pirate Town and whatnot. So
all right,
I'm already looking at that and where I can take James and Philip next.
Cool. So we're now by the time this airs, we'll probably be in January of 2020, and book 2 should be out.
Right.
So we're going to have books 2, 3, and 4 of season 1 coming out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to look at probably starting season 2 mid-2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then have a few books coming in 21 and 22.
Yep.
And then finish up season 2 in 2022.
Yeah. I'd like to start plotting another novel series as well, but at the moment I definitely want to put my focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as well as it's doing. I'm surprised at how well it's doing.
I'm not.
I have no words because I wasn't expecting that. I was okay.
Yeah.
I'll put a book out. Cool. John's good enough to pick it up for Falstaff, and I don't have to worry about the publishing aspects as far as getting an editor and all that crap that goes with publishing. That he can
cover, layout,
yeah,
uploads, downloads.
And I figure,
All
okay,
the stuff
you
we
know,
do.
Yeah.
on the occasion, he'll cut me a small royalty check of a couple of bucks because it's just a novella, and then I'll order copies and sell on a con. And it's kicking ass.
It's doing quite well.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because, and we were talking with somebody earlier tonight about what's going to be the next thing. I think it was a Cher,
Yeah, I think so.
and because it was Cher because she was talking about her new zombie kids book,
Mm-hmm.
and she was talking about how 5 years ago zombies were huge, and now
Right.
zombies are done, and what's going to be the next thing? And she said, "Well, is it going to be werewolves?" And I said, "Well, it may already be." Because, paranormal romance with shifters is huge.
Mhm.
That's a
Right.
giant market. And werewolves, there's not a ton of non-romance centered werewolf fiction.
Right.
So I feel like this does hit a decent point in the market,
Mhm.
which is one of the reasons I was excited to pick it up when you pitched it to me. So I'm not really surprised that it's doing well. It's also a good book. The
Appreciate
banter
it.
and the buddy cop vibe does come through, and it does work.
The newspaper.
Yes.
Yes, and it's not a spoiler, but there is a scene where James royally fucked up, and Philip beats him with a rolled newspaper because he's been a bad dog.
Yeah.
So
I love that part.
and I try to make sure, even as in book 3 we're getting into darker territory now, that I still try to keep moments like that. Each book, it has a moment like that.
Well, you have to. It's like
Right.
we're all theater nerds. All
Right.
three of us are theater nerds. And, Macbeth's a dark fucking play.
Yes, it is.
But the Porter scene is hilarious.
Mhm.
Hamlet is a dark fucking play.
Yeah.
And there's the gravedigger scene. Shakespeare understood that you can't just hammer on somebody again and again and again.
Right.
Although if we go back to our interview with Mike Cole, there is always Cormac McCarthy.
Yes.
But most
Yeah,
of us
that's true.
can't just hammer on somebody. So you have to have that comic relief.
Right.
And, you're a horror aficionado. You've seen so many good and god-awful horror movies.
I've seen hell.
Our friend Matthew Saunders calls it Dolphin, Dolphin, Shark.
Yeah.
There's a fin. Oh, shit, there's a fin. Oh, that's a dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fin. Oh, shit, there's a fin. Oh, wait, that's a kid with a fake fin strapped on his back. There's a fin. It must be a dolphin. Holy shit, there's a shark.
Yeah.
Backing off.
It's the little boy that cried wolf.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's exactly the thing.
Right.
And when you hear the noise in the closet, and you open the closet door, and it's the cat,
Mm-hmm.
and then Michael Myers is hiding behind the coats, and you're dead. But
Right.
it's the same thing. If you back off that constant tension,
Mm-hmm.
you get a bigger reaction moving forward.
Absolutely. And in book 3, the tension is there continuously, because at that point, with in mystery, you have your, okay, this is it, red herring, dead end. This is it, red herring, dead end. So now we are coming to the end of book 3, and that's happened so many times that James is starting to doubt that this is ever going to come of anything, and he's starting to lose hope, but something is still pushing him forward. And
Is it verily a new hope?
really?
Sorry.
Yeah, that was painful. That's you, dude.
Yeah, I know. Wait a minute. She just works for me. You married her.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm only having sex with one of you.
That one.
So but
I'm totally putting in the little ribbon that runs across. I am not having sex with Jason Gilbert.
but even in book 3, with it getting as dark as it is getting, and as hopeless as it's starting to look, there still are those moments of, okay, there was a good snarky comment. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
When you call a succubus Count Horcula, I mean, or you call a vampire an overgrown mosquito, You know, that
Yeah.
you need that.
All right, so that's what you've been writing.
Hmm.
What have you been reading? What have you been reading that you like?
Right now I'm reading a lot of the code book because of my students, but I've picked up D.B. Jackson's Time's Children,
Okay.
and I'm really enjoying that. Whenever I have a chance to actually sit down and get to it, I'm enjoying that, and it's not one of those. It's a brick. It's
a hefty book.
and there's a lot to
There's
it.
a lot, and you're right. It's dense.
Right.
The story is complex.
But the way David writes, even with the story being as complex as it is, you can binge it, blow through it, and not feel guilty a bit. Or if you've got a lifestyle like mine where you're constant and you only get a brief minute to go through a couple of pages, you can still keep up with what's going on.
Yeah.
So, which is great, and I mean, he has always been one of my favorites. Thief Taker series was fantastic. A lot of his style and magic system was inspirational for me from a Clockworks of War series. So the magic series, and that is a great big nod to the way Ethan Cale conjures his magic.
You know what's funny is, and we didn't plan this, that's Time's Children is also what I'm currently reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I need to pick up the second one next time I see him. So I'm reading that, and then I just finished up R.S. Belcher's Brotherhood of the Wheel, which
That
is
is-
absolutely
That's so good.
fucking fantastic.
It is one of my favorite dark fantasies.
And I loved his.
It's right up there
Golgotha
with
series.
it's right up there with Sandman Slim for me.
Nice.
And
I
you know
love
how
his
much I love me some Cadre.
Golgotha series is great. I have not read Queen of Swords yet because I'm one of the types I can't just 1, 2, 3, 4 straight through a series. I have to break it up.
Yeah, but the Golgotha series is different though, because it's not book 1 and then book 2 follows and then book 3 follows. Queen of Swords in particular, it doesn't follow book 2 linearly at all.
Mm-mm.
It jumps back, and
Right.
because with Golgotha is a town in this weird Western universe that R.S. Belcher created, and the books focus on different characters in the town and different events, and it's something that he's going to continue with books 4 through 6 that we're
Right.
publishing. So it's something.
Super excited about that.
Yeah, so am I.
I don't know what that.
That was your phone making noise.
Yeah,
That
it
was your
was. I was trying to pull it out of my pocket because it's bulky.
It's the only bulky thing in your pants.
You're not wrong. I mean, really.
I have to
you're
put up
not-
with both of them.
Yeah, sometimes in the same house.
She'd probably
Because I play I run the D&D game they're both in.
She'd probably smile a lot more if I was more impressive.
I wouldn't.
What's funny too is Rod not long ago. So Rod blurbed the
Yeah.
Clockworks of War, and he legit told me he loves the series, loves the book. So that was exciting for me.
Yeah.
And when I asked him if he would mind blurbing it for me, he thanked me, and I'm like, okay, no, wait a minute, you're much larger name
the
than me, but
nicest human being ever.
He is.
He is.
And also, Rod is still fair. He's like all of us. He's still fairly new in his career, and opportunities to blurb other people's books. It's an honor to do it, and it doesn't come along every day. So I understand him thanking you. I thank people who ask me to blurb their books. It's absolutely an honor to do it. I'm booked for most of 2020, and I do still love you all. But hit me up for stuff in 2021.
Or buy him a 12-pack of Angry Orchard.
That'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Jason, thank you so much for coming by and hanging
Thanks for
out with us
having me.
for a few minutes. And I don't have to look forward to Wolfbane 2. I have it on my desktop at home to edit. But these fine folks will all be looking forward to buying Wolfbane 2 immediately upon its release.
Yeah, Wolf Moon as soon as that comes out, you guys will know about it because I will whore it all over social media.
Speaking of, how can people find you whoring yourself?
I'm on Facebook. You can go to my website,
Which is
jasonhgilbert.com, and I am going to start cranking up the newsletter after the end of the year, after Thanksgiving. Actually, I need to get through November. We're going to start ramping up the newsletter again, and we'll be also boosting posts, doing boosted posts for that online, so I can let everybody know I'm back and get some more subscribers. And then, of course, you can check the convention scene. I do have Charlotte Comic Con next month. You and I'll both.
This
be
won't
there.
be out before then.
Probably not.
No,
then
there's guaranteed.
January MarsCon, and February, March. It's March. The first week of March is Mysticon.
No.
Is
no,
it?
it's in February.
It is
it
the
in
last
February?
it is the last weekend in February because the first weekend of March is Saga.
Yeah.
That's right.
You are
So-
still booked the first weekend in March.
Yes.
It's a different event than the one you're
Yes.
thinking of.
Yes.
Don't worry, I got the calendar.
So what I decided to do, because I'm so burned out this year, is kind of scale back my con appearances. So I figured the best way to do that was almost double them for 2020. So
Someday we'll teach you basic math.
Yeah.
All right.
Today is not
All
today.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right. And for you guys, we will see you next time.